TMG.
I think it's PFL, but they're doing a thing now where they're working with Bellator and they're doing like a best of the best thing, where they're doing like their heavyweight champ versus their heavyweight champ, middleweight champ, like, and doing like a whole Bellator versus PFL card. Okay. Think more things like that are going to be happening.
But UFC don't want to engage in that.
Or with the UFC, don't happen because they're the top dog. They're like, we don't need to do that. Okay. And that's a limiting thing as well. Is like with the pay, which is like a big reason. What is like the main reason he's gone.
But does that make? So this is what I wanted to ask as well. Maybe this is a difference when we're talking to UFC. Their pay structure in UFC allows for big fights to happen, whereas in boxing sometimes the pay is a hindrance.
Yes, but at the same time, pay in the UFC is it's a tricky one to navigate because while big fights can happen, you could go and box someone, you could box a big name in Saudi or something, and you could make more from that one fight than you could make from like however many fights.
But so in UFC, how like in boxing we always talk about hypotheticals like, oh, I can't wait for this person to fight this person. In UFC, that rarely happens. Like, if you want a hypothetical matchup, it's likely to happen. Like, how many matchups have you said, oh, I wish this person would fight this person? That hasn't happened.
No, there's not many, and that's one good thing about the UFC is that it's always like there's not a lot of politics in there. But again, the issue is that fighter pay has been and will probably continue to be a very big hindrance for them, and they will. I think following what Ngannou's done, I think they're going to get a lot more people that are going to kind of look at what he's done and be like, I want to try and follow in those footsteps, because fighter pay in UFC is like it's different. It's different to boxing in the fact that when you first start in the UFC compared to when you first start in boxing, you're probably going to get a lot more money in the UFC per fight. But once you start getting up the cards and getting those like big pay-per-view fights, there's a big disparity between boxing and...
Boxing's a free market. Like
exactly, that's the thing. Boxing's a free market, UFC isn't.
Yeah.
And the way like UFC pay essentially works is that your main income is you sign a contract. You can sign a contract for how many fights? Like 3 fights, 4 fights, 5 fights, whatever. Your main bonuses are your show bonus and your win bonus. So you get a bonus for fighting, you get your pay for fighting, and you get the same pay if you win. So that when you first start, it's mainly 30-30. So you get 30k for showing up, another 30k if you win. But then the only bonuses they get on top of that are like sponsorship from the clothing, like the sportswear.
But they all wear the same.
Yeah, exactly. They all wear the same stuff. So they're sponsored by Venom. It used to be Reebok. It's now Venom. They'll get like, I think I heard it's like you get like 4k per fight if you're like just starting out. If you're a champ, you get like 40k. But then
as a champ.
Yeah, like this is what I mean. Whereas like before they started doing these kind of partnerships with like Reebok and Venom, you look back at like like fights before they wore Reebok and that, fighters would have sponsors all over their shorts, all over their shorts, all over their tops when they came out. Like they'd have sponsors everywhere, and that was a big source of income for them. Now that they've signed this deal with Venom or Reebok or whoever, they get that fixed amount and that's it. They can't get any. You can't put sponsorship.
So how about outside of the ring? Like
outside of the ring, it's a weird one because there's not really been too many like big superstars that have kind of been able to branch out like that. It's only recently where there's been more eyes on it that more people have kind of branched out from it. Like you start with guys like McGregor was the blueprint, obviously. Then you've got like Ronda Rousey doing like her films and stuff like that.
She does films. She does WWE.
She's done the WWE films, like all that stuff.
Is it not? I think her legacy's like, kind of waned though. It's kind of weird.
It's gone down. It's gone down for sure. But then you've got like guys now. You're looking at guys like.
Is Amanda Nunes probably the biggest female?
Thing is with her though, like she's big in the UFC, but like other than that, she's not really like. As far as I'm aware, anyway, I've not really seen like branch out too tough.
What's he doing in Ngannou? Is he a striker or is he?
Nunes is a bit of like. So she started off really as a wrestler, but then she fought Chris Cyborg, who was like the most dangerous woman ever. and Nunes absolutely blitzed her.
Okay.
And then after that, she just became this like all round just demon, like would submit people, head kick them, like do all sorts to them. Like, yeah, she had
Could
like
she
a really
be one
crazy...
of those people that could fight like a Katie Taylor or who? I don't know.
I don't know. With the women's side of things, like Nunes is retired now.
Oh, so
she's not. There's like talks of her potentially.
I woke him up.
There's talks of her coming back now. To she's thinking about coming back to fight a woman that they signed from PFL.
Okay.
Who was like in talks of being like the GOAT or whatever. But nah, she's fighting someone else on, I think it's on UFC 300, which is coming up.
Okay. That's a big event then. That's the 300.
Yeah, so yeah, 300th pay-per-view. Card looks decent. In my opinion, it needs a little bit more for it to feel like a big card.
Is that the next card that's coming up for UFC 300?
No, the next one is 298, which is in a couple of weeks.
300. You should pay Ngannou the bag and let him and Jojo's fight.
He's fighting Anthony Joshua.
Ngannou, I don't think Ngannou will ever come back purely because I think Dana's too embarrassed.
Oh, Dana's been striking
situation.
people in the face. Which
I think Dana White's just embarrassed by the whole thing and how it's...
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Do you know who Ariel Helwani is?
I do know Ariel Helwani.
He was very critical of Dana White for that.
Yeah.
Striking his wife.
Yeah.
What was the punishment did he get for?
Dana White?
Yeah.
I don't think he got anything, to be honest.
He got no punishment.
I don't think so. Not as far as I'm aware. He didn't really get anything.
Is he bigger than the sport then? In a way.
Dana White.
His wife not press charges.
I don't know. I think it's a weird one because apparently I think like the wife hit him and he hit the wife.
He slapped the slappy game.
Allegedly.
Do you know I always mix up Dana White and Joe Rogan? I don't know why. Look alike.
There's just two bald men, bro. Two bald men that are built like Mini Coopers. What? That's what it is.
I just get that mixed up.
There's just
I think
two
Joe
bald men,
Rogan's
bro.
a weird guy though.
Joe Rogan is an insane human being. Joe Rogan is a very odd human.
So Dana White is just... There's nothing that Dana White can get in trouble.
It's not there's nothing he can get in trouble for.
Like Vince McMahon, basically.
No, but now, but the thing is, Vince is cooked now.
I don't know if Vince is cooked.
No, brother.
I don't know if Vince is cooked.
Hey, brother.
How old is he? He's like 80
Vince McMahon's like 70 something, 80 something. Brother, listen
he
to
could
me.
beat me up. I don't know if he's cooked.
Brother, look at me. Vince McMahon is finished.
All I'm saying is that Vince was doing something that was illegal in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what that is.
Listen.
There's a lot of things that are illegal in Saudi Arabia. But what he did is extremely illegal.
That man is finito. He is...
And whatever Fredo got in trouble, what he did is more extreme. There'll be more years. Whatever Fredo did, his one is more years than what Fredo did.
Vince McMahon is a finished man.
What, prison?
It's a peace thing. You know when you're so rich, no one cares about prison. It's about the peace that they can get from him.
What about Cosby, man?
Is Cosby still in prison? Or is he not home sentenced? Do you know what it is? When a man is like 65 plus, sending him to prison, what does that do for the man? He can't do nothing. He's not doing anything anyway. He's already cooked.
It's true.
Punishment for what? He's cooked. What's Cosby really doing? He's not running around doing anything. Is he not blind?
Is he still in pen?
No.
He's out.
He bust case, no?
He didn't bust case, bro.
No
He
way.
did not bust case, no.
No way.
He got acquitted.
No, he did not get acquitted. That guy was
Impossible.
dropping, the pills into the drink?
He got acquitted, man.
Allegedly.
Jesus Christ.
Allegedly. He was dropping the pills into the drink. Allegedly. Allegedly, Vince sent text saying that he needed people to watch. Allegedly.
That guy
Whatever.
86. Damn, he's old.
Hey, side note. Kurt Angle, wasn't he complaining about Was he complaining about Vince McMahon? That was making him fight when he was in painkillers.
No, he wanted to fight while he was on because Kurt Angle went through because
he's on drugs right now.
He broke his neck like 17 times, bro. He was addicted to painkillers, and basically it got to a point
Why is it
where
Why is it act like that?
Why is he what? Why is he act like that? Because he's on 70 painkillers a day, bro.
Have you seen the meme when he's looking?
Yeah. But right, so the story is that he was so whacked out on these painkillers that Vince McMahon basically said, "You're not doing niche until you go rehab." And Kurt Angle went, "I'm not going rehab. I'm sticking to the painkillers and going crazy."
He's Perk Angle.
Perk Angle, bro. Perk Angle, exactly. But then,
Apparently he sold Vince's balls and it was just all black.
something like, yeah, bro. That's exactly that's it. Yeah,
Vince is a cool man.
bro. I'm telling you, there is a special place in the hell for Vince McMahon, bro.
Hey, Vince.
He has his seat reserved. It is there. That man is going straight down there.
I'm happy that WWE they didn't let him get too far because there was a story about the incest story. Have you heard?
Oh, bro.
Vince
Bro,
bought.
Vince McMahon is an insane.
Well, it's definitely.
Yes, it's insane. There was a thing like apparently there was a story where like Stephanie got pregnant, and he was saying to her, he's like, let's do it. So I'm the dad. Yeah. So then she said no, and then he said, fuck it, let's make Shane the dad. He's her brother. And she was like, no.
What's up with this guy?
He's a
Hey, that was back in
sicko,
the day.
bro.
That's back in the day when anything went. Anything went.
Anything
They
could
were
go.
calling. Have you seen that video where Booker T's?
Oh my god, yeah, no, it's insane. It's fucking insane.
And
He
he's
used to get away with murder.
And he's talking about Hulk Hogan.
Oh, listen about that video.
Yeah, Vince is a bad guy,
something
man.
else, bro.
There's another one that he did, but this one
The
when he's
other
like,
one, the one I'm thinking about is worse.
when he's like, I'm coming for you.
No, but that's Booker T saying it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video where Vince McMahon says it
Oh yeah, he was getting away with
to
it.
John Cena and then walks past Booker T?
Yeah.
It is. They used to let that man get away
Hey,
with
what was
murder.
the one? What was the one when he was after 9/11? Yeah.
Oh my god. Gone. Oh my god. Where the guy got rushed by, where the Undertaker got oh my days.
It was like,
No, it weren't 9/11. It was 7/7 bombings here.
hey, bro, this man are ridiculous.
Bruv, like
Hey,
no,
no
but the
more.
thing.